Dear children, good afternoon. Welcome to the YouTube live class of Standard 9 English. In today's session, you are going to learn Unit 2 Prose I Can't Climb Trees Anymore by Ruskin Bond. Okay. So the explanation of this line, I can't climb trees anymore, will say, இப்போ நம்ம lesson பார்த்தோம்னா we will understand later. So what is the meaning of this line? Okay. Now this story highlights the importance of childhood. So a man, middle-aged man. So அவரோட childhood days எப்படி recollect பண்றாரு. So ஒரு middle age man வந்து அவரோட childhood days எப்படி recollect பண்றாரு அப்படின்றது தான் இந்த whole story. So the line, the lesson title is I Can't Climb Trees Anymore and the author is Ruskin Bond. Okay. Now we'll enter into the lesson. So here a visitor. So here a visitor just came to visit the house. So அவர் வந்து ஒரு visitor வந்து visit பண்ண வராரு அந்த வீட்டை. So அதுல நடக்கிற அந்த stories தான் இந்த lesson. Okay. He stood on the grass verge by the side of the road and looked over the garden wall at the old house. Here the visitor came and he is sitting near to the side of the road or grass verge. So grass is inside of the road. If you see in foreign countries and all, road is சுத்தி இந்த சைடுலயும் அந்த சைடுலயும் grass is full-ஆ இருக்கும். So there he is sitting ஒரு கார்டன் வாலை பார்த்துக்கிட்டு ஒரு ஓல்டு ஹவுஸ் இருக்கு, ஒரு பழைய வீடு இருக்கு. அந்த பழைய வீட்டில் வந்து is sitting on the side of the road and he is watching the garden wall. அந்த வாலை பார்த்துட்டு இருக்காரு. It hadn't changed much. So why is saying it hadn't changed much? So அவர் ஏற்கனவே பார்த்துருக்காரு இதை. Already he has seen, already he know this. The garden wall எல்லாமே தெரியும் அவனுக்கு. So அவர் he is saying himself, it hadn't changed much. இது எதுவும் சேஞ்ச் ஆகல, அப்படியே தான் இருக்கு. The old house built with solid blocks of granite wasn't altered at all. So here this is watching the old house. ஒரு வீடு, பழைய வீடு பார்த்துட்டு இருக்காரு. And the old house was built with the solid blocks of granite. Graniteல big இது மாதிரி இருக்கும் இல்லையா, ஸோ பெரிய பெரிய டைல்ஸ் இருக்கும் இல்லையா, ஸோ அதில் பில்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. இட்ஸ் பில்ட் வித் சாலிட் பிளாக்ஸ். ஸோ கிரானைட் கல்லால் அந்த வீடு வந்து பில்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஸோ அதில் எந்த ஒரு ஆல்ட்ரேஷனும் நடக்கல. ஸோ நாட் மச் ஆல்டர்ட். அந்த வீடு வந்து அப்படியே தான் இருக்கு. ஹவ் ஈ சா, அந்த வீடு எப்படி பார்த்தாரோ அப்படியே தான் இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. But there was a new outhouse and there were fewer trees. So now the visitor is seeing the old house பார்த்துட்டு இருக்காரு. Nothing has changed. The old house was there, அப்படியே தான் இருக்கு. And but what is the difference there is the new outhouse ஒன்று build பண்ணியிருக்காங்க. ஒரு சின்ன new outhouse. அங்க trees, fewer trees were there. He was glad to see the jackfruit tree still stood at the side of the building, casting its shade on the wall. And now he is very happy. Why he is very happy? He is looking at on the side, the வீடோட side, the jackfruit tree was still there. Because still there means before he is there. அப்ப before அவர் வந்து பார்த்திருக்காரு, அத வந்து இப்ப பார்த்த உடனே அவர் ரொம்ப ஹாப்பி ஆயிட்டார். He was so happy because the jackfruit tree was still there and it was the shade. அது வந்து என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா very tall, ரொம்ப டாலா இருக்கிறதால அது என்ன ஆகுது, ஷேட் கொடுக்குது. வீட்டுக்கு வந்து ஒரு ஷேட், நிழலா இருக்குன்னு சொல்றாங்க. He remembered his grandmother saying, a blessing rests on the house where the shadow of a tree falls. So now he is remembering what his grandmother said before. So அவங்களோட பாட்டி என்ன சொன்னாங்கன்னா, a blessing house. Which is a blessing house? எது blessing house னு பார்த்தோம்னா, the tree வந்து எந்த மரம் வந்து ஒரு வீட்டுக்கு வந்து நிழல் கொடுக்குதோ, so that is a blessing house. அங்க இருக்க people, so who are all inside the house, they were blessed. The people are also blessed அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. Okay, you understood? And so the present owners must also be receiving the tree's blessings. Now the author thought, so what the grandmother said, the people who are living in this house, the blessing, அதாவது the tree ஓட shade வந்து கிடைக்குதுன்னா these people and the house are blessed. Now the author thought, and now those who are living in this house, these people also are blessed அப்படின்னு நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்காரு. At the spot where he stood, there had once been a turnstile. So at the spot, ஒரு spotல the jackfruit tree இருக்குல்ல, so அதுக்கு பக்கத்துல வந்து beside the jackfruit tree there must be a turnstile. What is mean by turnstile? Turnstile means while you are walking, so if எங்கயாவது நம்ம மால்க்கு இல்ல wherever you are going, so வேற ஏதாவது ஒரு பிளேசஸ்க்கு போகும்போது you will be அந்த rotate ஆகல in park and all, if you move means, so you will be moving and you will be rotating, அந்த machine வந்து சுத்திட்டே இருக்கு. So அதை cross பண்ணி தான் போகணும் இல்லையா. So those who are going and those who are coming here, so அப்படி turnstile, அதுக்கு பேர் தான் வந்து turnstile. So here the author remembered, the visitor remembered the spotல வந்து turnstile இருக்கும், and as a boy he would swing on it, going round and round until he was quite dizzy. So he will be playing. The visitor வந்து என்ன சொல்றாருன்னா, as a boy, as a young boy he used to play it. As a young boy means what idea you will be getting. So this visitor had already lived in this house. ஏற்கனவே அவர் வாழ்ந்திருக்காரு அப்படின்றதா நமக்கு தெரியும் இல்லையா. So while reading this lesson itself you know. So while as a young boy you used to play in this with this turnstile and used to swing on it. So சுத்தி சுத்தி விளையாடும்போது and it felt quite dizzy. So மயக்கமாவும் இருந்திருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு, நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்காரு. Now the turnstile was gone, the opening walled up. So now the turnstile is not there. Only one alteration has done. There means the turnstile is not there. So at first the visitor saw the house. The whole house was built with the granite blocks and it was not changed. No alteration. Only the new thing. What the new thing came there? The new old outhouse. So they will ask you the question type. So what is the new thing? Nothing had changed except this new old house had built, and the suthi enna trees were there. And turnstile. So turnstile is when the visitor was a young boy, he used to play with the turnstile and he used to swing on it till he felt dizzy. But now the turnstile is not there and the wall was built up. So the wall irukku, and the wall வந்து ரொம்ப ஹைட்டா வந்து build பண்ணிருக்காங்க. Tall holly oaks grew on the other side of the wall. So both the walls, right, wall irukku and holly oaks. Holly oaks means it's a plant, a kind of plant. So it was grew on one side of the wall. So two walls are there. The holly oaks plant on the whole side of wall. So the wall of the creepers might grow up, yeah. So it grown like that. What are you looking at? So one more voice is hearing. So what are you looking at? Somebody is asking the visitor. It was a disembodied voice at first. But disembodied means what? What is meant by disembodied? Disembodied is nothing but you will be hearing only the voice. No person is there. நம்மளால person பார்க்க முடியல, but we can hear only the voice. It was a disembodied voice. So what are you looking at? Somebody is asking the visitor. Moments later, a girl stood framed between a dark red hollyhock staring at the man. So few minutes later, a girl came there and she is standing near to the hollyhocks. So this plant is really, so in the plant kitta the girl வந்து நின்னுட்டு இருக்கா and she is staring at the man. So visitor பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கா. Staring means what? Standing and looking at the man. Okay. She was only 12 or 13 with lively eyes and long black hair. So this is a question typed. How was the girl looked? They'll ask you. How was the girl looked? So the girl was 12 or 13 with lively eyes and black long hair. She's having a long black hair. Okay. I'm looking at the house. Is it yours? He asked. So now, after after this there will be two persons only. So the visitor and the girl. So the character is the visitor and the girl. A girl is 12 or 13 years and she is with lively eyes and she has a long black hair. So this is a question type answer. So they will ask you how was the girl looked. You have to answer. The girl was 12 or 13 years with lively eyes and long black hair. Okay. Now, so the characters are visitor and the girl. So the girl, after this, the conversation will be between visitor and a girl. Okay. Now, the visitor is asking, saying. So first, the girl asks, "No, what are you looking at?" Now the visitor is answering, "I am looking at the house. Is it yours?" He asked. Now the visitor asked, "Is this your house?" "No, it's my father's. Why? Do you want to buy it?" Now the girl is asking, "This is not my house. This is my father's house. Why you are asking? Is this? Do you want to buy it?" "And what does your father do?" Now the visitor asked, "He is only a colonel." Colonel means a army officer. Colonel means a rank officer in army. So he is just in a position. He is just in one position. Or padavila irukar. Colonel irukar. Only a colonel. Well, you should have been a brigadier by now. Brigadier. So this is next to the colonel. So next position. Okay, we need a high rank officer. So a high rank officer. Now the girl, the visitor asked, "What your father doing?" And she said, what she said? She said that our father is a colonel. But the visitor is just a colonel. Colonel dana abin ketittu. And now what the other visitor is saying? And the visitor enna solrana? Vera colonel. Ipa அவர் வந்து rank officer, அதாவது brigadier ஆயிருக்கணுமே. Is just in a high position ல இருந்திருக்கணுமே அப்படினு சொல்லிட்டு he is saying. The man burst out laughing. Now the visitor started laughing. "It's not funny," she said. "Even mommy says he should be a brigadier." So why the visitor laughed? No, so suddenly the girl got angry. "It's not funny. It's not a joke. Why you are laughing for this? Even my mommy says at this time he should have been a brigadier." அவர் வந்து எங்க அப்பா வந்து இந்த நேரத்துல வந்து ஒரு high positionல இருந்திருக்கணும். It was on the tip of his tongue to make a witty remark, but he did not want to give offense. So it was on the tip. அதாவது visitor வந்து அவரோட tongueல நிக்குது. He just want to tease something. அதாவது அந்த girl வந்து tease பண்ணனும், but he didn't do that. அவரால அது வந்து பண்ண முடியல. But inside அவரோட மைண்ட்ல வந்து அவர் நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்காரு, perhaps that's why he is still a colonel. So மம்மி சொன்னாங்க இல்லையா, so அதனால கூட இருக்கலாம், அதனால தான் அவர் கொலோனலாவே இருக்காரு அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு அவர் வந்து கிண்டல் ஜஸ்ட் ஒரு டீஸ் பண்ற மாதிரி வராரு. பட் he stopped that and he is saying himself, அவரோட மைண்டுக்குள்ளே சொல்லிட்டு இருக்காரு. So it was on the tip of his tongue to make a witty remark. Witty remark means just trying to make a joke. Witty remark. So he is just trying to make a joke. But what he did, அவர் வந்து எதுவும் தப்பா சொல்ல நினைக்கல. So தப்பா சொல்ல கூடாது, அஃபென்ஸ் பண்ண கூடாது அப்படினு சொல்லிட்டு just stop that topic. They stood on either side of the wall, appraising each other. What they are doing, the girl is in between. ஒரு wall இருக்கு, the man is standing there and the girl is standing inside the house. அதாவது wall இருக்குனா wallக்கு வெளியே the man is standing and wallக்கு உள்ள வந்து girl is standing. Okay, so they both were standing opposite side, either side of the wall, and they sharing their thoughts. Surprising means sharing their thoughts. அவங்களோட பேச்ச வந்து பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க. So they were sharing their thoughts. Do you want to buy it? Again the girl is asking the same question. What first she asked, எதுக்காக இங்க பாக்குறீங்க, இந்த வீட வாங்க போறீங்களான்னு கேட்டாங்க. So the same question again she asked, do you want to buy it? No, he said. Again the visitor said, no, not at all. Well, she said, if you don't want to buy the house, what are you looking at? The girl again asked, okay, fine. Then if you don't have the idea of buying the house, உங்களுக்கு இந்த வீடு வாங்குறதுக்கான ஐடியாவே கிடையாது, then why you are still looking at my house? எதுக்காக திரும்ப என்ன வீட பார்த்துட்டே இருக்கீங்கன்னு கேக்குறாங்க. I used to live here 25 years ago as a boy, as a young man, and then my grandmother died and we sold the house and went away. At first, what the visitor's grandmother said. So that's an important question. So they'll ask you. At first, what is grandmother said? Grandmother என்ன சொன்னாங்க? Those who are blessing rest on the house where the shadow of a tree falls. So which is a blessing rest? எது வந்து ஒரு blessing சொல்றாங்க? ஒரு வீட்ல வந்து எந்த ஒரு ட்ரீயோட ஷேடோ விழுதோ that is a blessing rest house ன்னு சொல்றாங்க. So that is a question based answer. அந்த ஆன்சர் வந்து கண்டிப்பா கேட்பாங்க. Now here also the author said how many years ago the visitor lived. The visitor lived before 25 years. So 25 years ago the visitor lived in this house and as a young boy, and as a young man he lived in this house. Clear? So now only he is saying this before past stories on the now only the visitor started. So before that you had a question mark why the visitor came to this house and why the visitor is watching this house. What is the reason behind this? இதெல்லாம் உங்களுக்கு question mark இருக்கும். And now you got the answer. That is the visitor lived in this house before 25 years and as a boy, as a young man he lived here. And after his grandmother expired, after his grandmother, visitor oda grandmother இறந்ததுக்கு அப்புறம் தான் he went, he sold the house and he went away. Okay, அவர் வந்து இந்த வீட்டை வித்துட்டு அவர் போயிட்டார். She was silent for a while, taking in this information. She was just listening, standing and listening what the visitor is talking. அப்படியே நின்னு கேட்டுட்டு இருக்கார். Then she said, I and you would like to buy it back now, but you don't have the money. It did not look very prosperous. So what the girl is asking now, visitor கிட்ட கேக்குறா. So now you want to buy this house. இப்போ உங்களுக்கு இந்த வீட வாங்கணுமா? So that's why you came here. இதனால தான் நீங்க இங்க வந்திருக்கீங்களா? And the girl thought in her mind, அவளோட மைண்ட் என்ன நினைச்சிட்டு இருக்கானா, and he doesn't look that much prosperous. அதாவது அந்த அளவுக்கு ரிச்சா தெரியல அந்த பர்சனை பார்க்கும், அந்த மேன் பார்க்கும்போது அந்த அளவுக்கு ரிச்சா தெரியல. No, I wasn't thinking of buying it back. Wanted to see it again, that's all. How long have you lived in it? Now the visitor is answering, I am not having the idea to buying this house. எனக்கு வந்து ஐடியாவே கிடையாது. I don't want to buy this house. Just I came to visit this house. So that's why he is a visitor. எதனால visitor னு சொல்றோம்னா he came to visit that house. அந்த வீட்டை வந்து அவர் பார்க்க வந்திருக்காரு. And the visitor is asking, so how long you are living in this house? எத்தனை வருஷமா நீங்க இங்க வாழ்றீங்கன்னு கேக்குறாரு. Only 3 years. She smiled. So this is also a question. How many years the girl lived here? So அந்த வீட்ல வந்து only 3 years she is living in that house and she started smiling. She smiled. Would you like to come in and look more closely? Now the girl is asking the visitor, You want to come in and look the house. எங்களோட வீட்டை வந்து நீங்க வந்து உள்ள வந்து பார்க்கணும் வரலாம். Because why where the visitor is standing, still he is standing outside the wall. அந்த வால்க்கு வெளியே தான் நின்னுட்டு இருக்காரு. And the conversation is going between the girl and the visitor. The girl is standing inside. So ரெண்டு பேருக்கும் நடுவுல என்ன இருக்கு? Wall இருக்கு. And the visitor is standing there itself and he is answering all questions. And the girl asked, come little closer. கிட்ட வந்துட்டு you just visit the house அப்படினு சொல்றாங்க. Wouldn't your parents mind? Now the girl now the visitor asked, wouldn't your parents mind? உங்களோட parents எதுவும் கேட்க மாட்டாங்களா அப்படினு சொல்லிட்டு கேக்குறாரு. They have gone to the club. They won't mind. I'm allowed to bring my friends home. So what the girl answered, அவங்க எல்லாரும் club போயிருக்காங்க and they won't mind. I'm allowed to bring all my friends. என்னோட friends எல்லாரையும் நான் வீட்டுக்கு கூட்டிட்டு வரலாம். அவங்க எதுவுமே சொல்ல மாட்டாங்க. My parents went to club னு சொல்றாங்க. Even elderly friends like me. Now the visitor asked, என்ன மாதிரி நல்ல elder friends கூட allowed அப்படினு கேக்குறாங்க. How old are you? Now the girl asked the question, how old are you? என்ன வயசு ஆகுது? Oh, just a middle aged, but feeling young today. And to prove it, he decided he would climb over the wall instead of going round to the gate. He got up on the wall all right, but had to rest there, breathing heavily. Now what the man did? How old are you? The girl asked the man, how old are you? And he said a middle-aged man. So nearly 40, 35 to 40 he will be. So அவர் அந்த இதை சொன்ன உடனே and he is feeling, but what he said to himself is that he is feeling young today. நான் இன்னைக்கு வந்து ரொம்ப யங்கா ஃபீல் பண்றேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. And what he wants to do is to prove that he is young. அவர் யங்கன்றத ப்ரூவ் பண்றதுக்கு instead of going around the gate சுத்தி வீட்டுக்குள்ள போகாம what he is doing, he wants to climb up the wall. Wall வந்து climb பண்ணி போகணும் அப்படினு நினைச்சிட்டு he just started to climb and he started breathing heavily. So நல்ல மூச்சு வாங்குது அவருக்கு because 35 to 40 னும்போது he just somewhat feeling like not young, அதாவது ரொம்ப யங்கா இல்லாம ஒரு எனர்ஜெட்டிக்கா இல்லாம அவரால வந்து ஏறி இறங்க முடியல. So he is feeling tired and now he wants to rest. He got up on the wall and he is resting up there. அங்கே நின்னு ரெஸ்ட் எடுக்கறாரு and he started to breathe. மூச்சு நிறைய வாங்குது. Middle aged man on the flying trapeze. What is the name of trapeze? Middle-aged man on the flying trapeze, he muttered to himself. So trapeze means, I will show you the image. If you see this image, you know what is the meaning of trapeze. So this is called as trapeze. See both the girls how they are hanging. So two ropes will be there and you have to hang. They'll tie. The rope வச்சிட்டு tie பண்ணிருவாங்க. You have to swing பண்ணிட்டே இருப்பாங்க. So that is in circus and you can see this kind of things in circus. So circusல தான் இந்த மாதிரிலாம் பண்ணுவாங்க. So he is feeling like that. அதாவது இந்த wall வந்து ஏறி climb பண்ணி வந்ததுக்கு அவருக்கு வந்து breathing heavy ஆகுது and he is saying to himself. Muttered means saying to himself. What is an muttered? சொல்லப்படுதுன்னு சொல்றாங்களே நம்ம we used to say in our mouth, namle edo sollikkom illaya. So like that he is saying to himself, middle-aged man on the flying trapeze. How was the experience of climbing the tree and the tree and the wall வந்து எப்படி climb பண்ற அந்த experience எப்படி சொல்றாரு அப்படினா visitor middle-aged man on the flying trapeze ன்னு சொல்றாரு. I'll help you, she said and gave him her hand. And what the girl is doing, I'll help you. So அவருக்கு வந்து breathing heavily மூச்சு வாங்குறத பார்த்துட்டு the girl is helping him and the visitor க்கு help பண்றாங்க. He slipped down into a flower bed, shattering the stem of a hollyhock. And now where he fell down, எங்க போய் விழுறாருன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா slipped means வழுக்கி விழுறது, slip ஆயிடுது அவருக்கு. Where he fell felt means a flower bed. Adada the hollyhock சொன்னேன். So I told you, hollyhock it's a kind of plant with different colors of flowers. நிறைய colors of flowers இருக்கும். So அங்க போயிட்டு அங்க விழுந்துடுறாரு, வழுக்கி விழுந்துடுறாரு. And shattering the stem of a hollyhock. So he was what he is doing means is shattering. Shattering means is breaking the stem of a ஒரு branch, ஒரு இதுல வந்து ஒரு கிளைய மட்டும் அவர் என்ன பண்ணிடுறாரு, வழுக்கி விழும்போது he is breaking that stem of a hollyhock. Okay, see, listen here, each line is important, very very important in the lesson. You must know each and every line of the lesson, then you can able to answer any kind of question. If they ask you any kind of question, you can able to answer. So now the author climbed up the wall and he felt here the hollyhock plant கிட்ட போயிட்டு விழுந்துறாரு. And what he did is he break out the stem of a hollyhock plant. ஒரு stem கூட விட்டுறாரு. As they walked across the grass, he spotted a stone bench under a mango tree. So they both were walking. So they both were talking and walking. அப்படி போகும்போது what he find out is, what the visitor find out is, he find out a stone bench under the mango tree. So எங்க பாக்குறாரு, he find out a stone bench under a mango tree. Mango tree க்கு கீழ ஒரு bench இருக்கு. It was the bench on which his grandmother used to rest when she was tired of pruning rose bushes and bougainvillea. So what his grandmother do is, it was that stone bench. Is not the stone bench. அவருக்கு ஞாபகம் வருது. He is recollecting his old memories. அவரோட old memories recollect பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காரு. என்னன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, that is the mango tree அடியில இருக்கு இல்லையா. So ஒரு stone bench, that is the stone bench where the visitor's grandmother used to rest after she was pruning the trees. Pruning means what? Trimming, cutting சொல்றோம் இல்லையா. So clean பண்றாங்க இல்லையா trees. ரொம்ப லாங்கா வளர்ந்துச்சுன்னா what will do? வீட்லயே நம்ம எல்லாமே used to நம்ம பண்ற ஒரு விஷயம். We used to trim the trees. The same thing after his grandmother pruning the trees and bougainvillea. Bougainvillea means it's a climbing plant. Creepers மாதிரி வளர்ந்துட்டே இருக்கும். So அதையும் அவங்க கட் பண்ணிட்டு she wants to rest. So take rest. அதுக்கு அவங்க என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா, his grandmother used to rest in the stone bench under the mango tree. She used to rest in the stone bench. Let's just sit here, he said. I don't want to go inside. Now the girl bringing the visitor, now the visitor saw the stone bench under the mango tree. He wants to sit there itself. அங்கதான் அவருக்கு உட்காரணும். I don't want to go inside. எனக்கு வீட்டுக்குள்ள போய் பார்க்கணும்னா கிடையாது. I just want to sit in this stone bench அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. She sat beside him on the bench. Now the girl also sat near to the visitor. Girl or visitor ஒண்ணா வந்து பேசிட்டு இருக்காங்க. They were silent for some time. So some time, கொஞ்ச நேரம் அவங்க சைலண்டா இருந்தாங்க. The man closed his eyes and remembered other times. Now the man closed his eyes and remembered other times means பழைய நினைவுகள். பழசெல்லாம் அவர் நினைச்சு பார்த்துட்டு இருக்காரு. He is thinking his old memories. What are the things? So this is also a question based answer. So they will ask you what the man thought. என்னென்னலாம் நினைச்சிட்டு இருந்தாரு கேட்பாங்க. By closing his eyes, he thought the music of a piano. So first he thought the music of a piano. So music of a piano. Then the next thing is chiming of a grandfather clock. Chiming means it's a kind of sound. Then the next one is the constant twitter of birds on the veranda. So twitter of budgerigars bird. Then his grandfather cranking up the old car. So grandfather cranking means trying to start an old car. Engine வந்து it's trying to repair it. So old car trying to repair the engine. Okay. Now what are the things he is remind பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காரு. எதெல்லாம் அவர் ஞாபகப்படுத்திட்டு இருக்காருன்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா he just closed his eyes by sitting on the stone bench under the mango tree and he is just recollecting all these old memories. First thing is the music of a piano and tuning of a grandfather clock. So sound, tuning means sound, and twitter of butterflies on the veranda. Butterflies means it's a name of a bird, or kind of bird. It's an Australian bird. So அதோட சத்தம் கிச் கிச்னு சத்தம் கேட்கும் இல்லையா, so that kind of noise. And grandfather cranking up the old car. Cranking means trying to repair some parts in the car. Okay, so these things are the recollecting old memories of a visitor. So they'll ask you questions. This is the question based answer. I used to climb the jackfruit tree, he said, opening his eyes. And after that, after recollecting all these memories, now he opened his eyes and said, I used to climb a jackfruit tree. So now you can able to understand the title of the lesson. I can't climb trees anymore is the title of the lesson. Now the author saying, I used to climb trees. I used to climb a jackfruit tree. Do you want to climb it again? My parents won't mind. Now the girl is asking, திரும்பவும் உங்களுக்கு வந்து இப்படி climb பண்ணணுமா, மேலே ஏறணுமா, jack fruit tree பார்க்கணுமா, மேலே ஏறி பார்க்கணுமான்னு கேக்குறா. But what the girl said, என்னோட parents எதுவுமே நினைச்சுக்க மாட்டாங்க. So first itself the girl said, you can come and visit my house. இந்த வீடு நீங்க வந்து பார்க்கலாம். My parents வந்து எதுவுமே கேட்க மாட்டாங்கன்னு சொல்றாங்க. Now this time also she said, you want to again. Not at all, and not after climbing the garden wall. So now only he climbed up the garden wall. இப்போதா ஏறி குதிச்சிட்டு வந்திருக்காரு. So that time itself he got tired. So இப்போ என்னால முடியாது, கண்டிப்பா not at all என்னால வந்து climb பண்ண முடியாது jackfruit tree, and that too after climbing the wall. இப்போதா நான் wall climb பண்ணி வந்திருக்கேன், என்னால முடியாதுன்னு சொல்றேன். Let's just sit here for a few minutes and talk. So now the visitor said, கொஞ்ச நேரம் இங்க உட்கார்ந்துட்டு இருக்கலாம், நம்ம உட்கார்ந்து பேசலாம், few minutes we can talk. I mentioned the jackfruit tree because it was my favorite place. So the author's favorite place, which is the author's favorite place, means you have to answer without doubt. The author's favorite place is the jackfruit tree. So why he asked this? Because that is his favorite place. Do you see that thick branch stretching out over the roof? Halfway along it, there's a small hollow in which I used to keep some of my treasures. So, the visitor explaining the girl. So the jackfruit tree வந்து stretch ஆயிட்டு எவ்வளவு தூரத்துக்கு இருக்கும்னு பார்த்தனா ஒரு ரூஃபுக்கு மேல வந்து அவ்வளவு பெருசா இருக்கும். And one branch ஒரு கிளையில there was a hollow. So hollow means ஒரு hole இருக்கும், and I used to keep all my treasures in that hollow. So what the visitor said, so the jackfruit tree, why the question mark, why it is favorite place for the visitor? Because he used to keep all the treasures inside that hollow. So அந்த ஹோல் குள்ள தான் அவர் என்ன பண்ணிருப்பாரு, அந்த jackfruit tree ல ஒரு கிளையில மட்டும் ஒரு branchல மட்டும் அவர் என்ன பண்ணிருக்காரு, அந்த ஹாலோல அவரோட treasures எல்லாத்தையுமே வச்சிருக்காருன்னு சொல்றாரு. What kind of treasure? Now you will ask the question again. என்ன treasure? புதையல்னா என்ன புதையல்னு கேப்பீங்க இல்லையா? Oh, nothing. Very valuable. So this is also a question based answer. So what the visitor said. Now he said the treasures are very valuable. What it is? Marbles. I put one. So marbles. So in some sports or in competition, he would have participated and he won the marbles. So the marbles that he would won, and a book I wasn't supposed to read. You should not read. அவருக்கு அந்த book படிக்கவே விருப்பம் இல்லை. I don't want to read that book. The author doesn't. The visitor doesn't want to read that book. So he kept that book like a treasure inside that halo. So a book. Then things and a few old coins. Old coins. Yes. So these are the things that he kept. A book I wasn't supposed to read. A few old coins I would collect. Things came and went. So idellame nenichu paathirukkar. So marbles, a book and old coins. Okay, these are the things that he which he kept inside that halo, and these are the treasures for him. Things came and went. I was a bit of crow. You know, collecting bright things and putting them away. So bit of crow means or kaka mari. I used to collect all these things. What the bird will do? A bird will collect all the things and then it will keep it inside the nest. You know, nest kulla poi vechukolle. The same type, the same thing he is doing. He is also the like a bird. The visitor did the same thing what the bird did. அதே மாதிரி தான் நான் என்ன பண்ணுவேன், எனக்கு கிடைக்கிற valuable things எல்லாத்தையும் கொண்டு போயிட்டு I used to keep inside that halo. There was my grandfather's iron cross. Well, not my grandfather's exactly. So one more thing he used to keep inside my grandfather's iron cross. So அதையும் நான் வந்து grandfather iron cross கூட அந்த treasure அதாவது அந்த halo குள்ள இருக்கும் அப்படினு சொல்றாரு. But exactly not his grandfather's iron cross. ஏன் அப்படினா because he was British. So he is a British person. Grandfather வந்து British person, and the iron cross was a German decoration awarded for bravery during the war, the First World War, when my grandfather fought in France. So for what his grandfather got this iron cross means he was a British person, and during the First World War he won this award for bravery. Bravery காக அவரோட boldness காக தைரியத்துக்காக என்ன பண்ணிருக்காங்க, அந்த iron cross கொடுத்திருக்காங்க, and it was a German decorated. The iron cross வந்து German decorated ஒரு iron cross. And when my grandfather fought in France, பிரான்ஸ்ல வந்து போர் முடிஞ்சு வின் பண்ணப்ப German decorated iron cross இவருக்கு கொடுத்திருக்காங்க. He got it from a German soldier. யார்கிட்ட இருந்து கிடைச்சது பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒரு German soldier already வச்சிருந்தாரு, அவர்கிட்ட இருந்து இவருக்கு கிடைச்சதுன்னு சொல்றாங்க. Okay, so iron cross க்கு பின்னாடி இருக்க story you understood. So the iron cross is very important. So grandfather ஓட iron cross வந்து கிடைச்சது. How it is, இது வந்து எக்ஸாக்ட்டா அவருதுன்னு சொல்ல முடியாது, grandfatherதுன்னு சொல்ல முடியாது. Why? Because means he is a British person, he is an English British நாட்டை சேர்ந்தவர், and during the First World War for his bravery, அவரோட தைரியத்துக்காக என்ன பண்ணிருக்காங்க, they have given this iron cross medal வந்து from a German soldier கிட்ட இருந்து கொடுத்தாங்க. So பிரான்ஸ்க்கு இதுவா போர் புரிஞ்சப்ப. And one more thing, do you know the Paramveer Chakra is the highest wartime gallantry award given to soldiers of the Indian Armed Forces for the display of utmost courage and complete selflessness when facing the enemy. So here, inception in 1950, 21 fearless heroes have been awarded the medal till January 2019. So iron cross and sonone, they are saying one one thing you should know, no? So இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பரம் சக்கர விருது, so like a medal it will be. So medal மாதிரி இருக்கும். So this is a medal. The பரம் சக்கர medal வந்து what they give is for all the Indian soldiers, brave face பண்றவங்க எல்லாருமே வந்து இந்த medal வந்து கொடுப்பாங்கன்னு சொல்றாங்க. Okay. Now the girl asked, do you still have it? இன்னமும் உங்ககிட்ட இருக்கா அப்படினு கேக்குறாங்க. No, he said, looking her in the eyes, I left it in the jackfruit tree. Now the visitors looking at the girl's eyes. The girl asked, இன்னமும் இருக்கா? Because this is a very big thing, no? From German soldier, his grandfather வந்து எதுக்காக கொடுத்திருக்காங்க? For his braveness they have given this iron cross, and visitor still keep this as a treasure. ஒரு புதையல் மாதிரி, ஒரு பொக்கிஷம் மாதிரி வச்சிருக்காரு இல்லையா? So இந்த girl வந்து இதோட பேக்ரவுண்ட் பத்தி தெரிஞ்சவனே the girl asked, இன்னமும் இந்த iron cross இருக்கா அப்படின்னு கேட்டோமே, the visitor said, எனக்கு தெரியாது, but I want to நான் என்ன பண்ணேன், அந்த iron cross வந்து jackfruit treeலயே வச்சிட்டு வந்தேன்னு சொல்றாரு. You left it in the tree. So நம்மளுக்கே ஒரு இதுவா இருக்கும்ல, ஈகரா whether it might be there because it's such a big thing. இன்னமும் ட்ரீல இருக்கா இல்லையானே தெரியாது இல்லையா? So the girl asked, you left it in that tree? Yes, I was so excited at that time, packing and saying goodbye to people and thinking about the ship I was going to sail, and on that I simply forget all about it. Now the visitor said, ஏன் இத வந்து நீங்க அங்கேயே வச்சிட்டீங்கன்னு கேக்குறா the girl. Now the visitor said, yes, I left it there itself because the reason behind that is I was very excited to travel on the shipல வந்து நான் sail பண்ணிட்டு போறதுல தான் எக்ஸைட்டடா இருந்தேன், and after that I want to say goodbye to the people. So அந்த villageல இருக்க people எல்லாருக்கும் நான் goodbye சொல்லணும், and I want to leave. I am packing all my things. So first thing is he is packing all his things and he wants to say goodbye to the people around him, and the next thing is he wants to sail in the ship. He is very eager in that. So அதுல வந்து ரொம்ப ஈகரா இருந்ததால he forget these treasures. The treasures எல்லாத்தையும் அவர் மறந்துட்டார். She quietly said, it may be still there in the hollow part of the branch. And suddenly she quietly asked, so இன்னமும் அங்கதான் இருக்கும் because nobody has took it. யாருமே அதை எடுக்கல இல்லையா? So still it might be there. Yes, he said, it's 25 years, but it may still be there unless someone else found it. So yes, now before 25 years he left it in the tree. So யாருமே எடுக்கல அப்படினா, still யாருமே எடுக்கல அப்படினா என்ன ஆகும்? அது அங்கேயே தான் இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. Would you like to go and look? The girl asked. நீங்க போய் அங்க பாக்குறீங்களா? I can't climb trees anymore. So this is the title. Why the visitor said he is a middle-aged man. So now he is saying I can't climb trees anymore. Now you can understand. So nearly we are going to finish this lesson. Now you can able to understand the title of the lesson. So why the visitor said I can't climb trees anymore. So he just came to recollect all his youth age. அவரோட சின்ன வயசு young age தான் வந்து அவர் recollect பண்ண வந்தாரு. And now the girl asked, can you able to go and look all these treasures? The treasures எல்லாத்தையும் எடுக்க முடியுமான்னு கேக்கும்போது what the visitor said, I can't climb trees anymore. If you can't, I will go and see. You just sit here and wait for me. Now the girl asked, so உங்களால வர முடியலனா நீங்க இங்கே உட்காருங்க. You just sit here. I go and take that. நான் வந்து போய் அதை எடுத்து வரேன்னு சொல்றாரு. I have found it, she cried. I have found something. So now she went and took all these treasures. நான் எடுத்துட்டேன். She cried means it is not that she is crying here. Just she is making a lot of noise. அதாவது ரொம்ப high pitch ல வந்து கத்துறா because she is excited because these things are in the halo before 25 years, isn't it? So 25 years அப்புறம் ஒரு விஷயம் நம்ம வெச்ச விஷயம் கிடைக்குதுன்னும்போது that girl got excited and she is screaming loud pitch voice ல வந்து அவ கத்துறா. So they have mentioned that she cried. Cried means not that originally she is crying, she is shouting. And now, barefoot, she ran breathlessly towards him in her outstretched and a rustling old metal. So, in a barefoot, she is running. Barefoot means without slippers. எதுமே இல்லாம அவ என்ன பண்றா? Breathless. மூச்சு வாங்க ஓடிட்டு இருக்கா. And in her outstretched hand means her hands are open and she is having a rusty old metal. Iron cross வந்து எப்படி ஆயிடுச்சு இப்போ? Rusty துரு புடிச்ச ஒரு iron cross. So at last she found that treasure and now with the bare foot. So this is also a question based answer. How the girl found Abdina with the bare foot. She opened the stretched. She's with a stretched and outstretched hand with a rusty old metal. She cried. She ran breathlessly. Cried means she shouted. He took it from her and turned it over on his palm. So what the visitor did is he took it. So அவளோட கையில வச்சிருக்கா. So அதை என்ன பண்றாரு? அவ கிட்ட வந்து எடுத்துட்டு palmல வச்சு பார்த்துட்டு இருக்காரு. Is it the iron cross? She asked eagerly. Now the girl asked eagerly, excitedly, very curious mind ஓட, ஒரு curious face ஓட. இதுதான் அந்த iron cross அப்படின்னு கேக்குறா. Yes, he said, this is it. Now the visitor said, Amma, this is the iron cross. Because by reading this lesson itself, we are excited, no? Or 25 years முன்னாடி வச்ச ஒரு பொக்கிஷம் ஒரு முறை வந்து after 25 years நமக்கு கிடைக்குது அப்படினா how happy we are, how excited we are, because we don't know that still it is there in that place. அங்க இருக்கா இல்லையான்றதே நமக்கு தெரியாது இல்லையா? But he got, the visitor got. So அந்த girl தான் எடுத்து வந்து கொடுத்தா. Now I know why you came. You wanted to see if it was still in that tree. So now the girl asked, இப்போ எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சிருச்சு நீங்க எதுக்காக வந்திருக்கீங்கன்னு. So இதை எடுக்கிறதுக்கு தானே நீங்க வந்திருக்கீங்க. Now you came for this reason only. No, so it's still இங்க இருக்கா இல்லையான்னு தெரிஞ்சுக்கிறதுக்கு தான் நீங்க வந்திருக்கீங்க. You may be right. I'm not really sure why I came, but you can keep the cross. You found it after all. You may be right, but it is a diplomatic answer. Correct ah irukkalam. Maybe this for this na idukkaga kuda vandirukkalam, but nee enna pannirukka? Idha vandu nee dhaan kandupidichirukka. You have found this treasure. Nee dhaan indha old medal vandu kandupidichirukka. So you have to keep this. Nee idha vechikenu solra. No, you keep. It's yours. What the girl said. நீங்க வெச்சுக்கோங்க, இது உங்களோடதுன்னு சொல்றாங்க. But it could have remained in the tree for another 25 years if you hadn't climbed up to look for it. Now what the visitor said is, நீ போயிட்டு அந்த old medal எடுக்கல அப்படின்னா for another 25 years it would be in the tree itself. அந்த உள்ளுக்குள்ளேயே இன்னும் ஒரு 25 வருஷம் அப்படியே தான் இருந்திருக்கும். If you didn't took that medal, அந்த மெடலை நீ எடுக்கலனா இன்னமும் அது அங்கேயே தான் இருந்திருக்கும்னு சொல்றாரு. But if you hadn't come back again, so நீங்க வரல, திரும்ப வரல அப்படின்னா என்ன ஆயிருக்கும்? On the right day, at the right time and with the right person, he said. So what the girl said is, நீங்க வரல அப்படின்னா இதை யாருமே எடுத்துக்க மாட்டாங்க இல்லையா அப்படின்னு சொல்றா. And for that the visitor said, at the right time with the right person, எல்லாமே ரைட், அதாவது ரைட் டே ரைட் டைம் ரைட் பர்சன், யாருக்கு கிடைக்கணுமோ அது அவங்க கிட்ட தான் கிடைச்சிருக்குன்னு சொல்றாரு. He said, getting up and placing the medal in her hands, it wasn't the cross I came for, it was my youth. So what the visitor first said, the girl asked, you might have come for this old medal, இதுக்காக தானே நீங்க வந்தீங்கன்னு கேட்கும்போது maybe you are right. What the visitor said, maybe you are right, okay அப்படின்னு சொல்றாரு. But now the answer, first answer வந்து டிப்ளமேட்டிக்கா இருந்தது. And now the visitor was very sure for what reason he came here. எதுக்காக அவர் இங்க வந்திருக்காருன்றது அவருக்கு ஷுவரா தெரிஞ்சிருச்சு. He came to search for his youth age. அவரோட சின்ன வயசு ஞாபகங்கள், சின்ன வயசு அவரோட யூத்தை வந்து மறுபடியும் கொண்டு வரதா இருக்கேன் அப்படின்றத அவர் ப்ரூவ் பண்ணிட்டார். So he got her and placed the medal in her hands. அந்த girlோட ஹேண்ட்ல வந்து அந்த மெடலை வச்சுட்டு he went and he said to that girl, it wasn't the iron cross I came for. அந்த iron cross காரணம் வரல, I came to just get back my youth. என்னோட பழைய எனர்ஜெட்டிக்கான ஒரு யூத்தை வந்து தேடிட்டு தான் நான் வந்திருக்கேன்னு சொல்றேன். She didn't understand that because she is very little girl. She is 12 or 13 only, no? So she is very little one and எதுக்காக ஆத்தர் அப்படி சொல்றாரு, விசிட்டர் அப்படி சொல்றாருன்றது அவருக்கு தெரியல. But she walked with them to the gate and waited. So he is moving from that house. அந்த வீட்டை விட்டு அவர் வெளியே போறாரு. So she came with the visitor. அங்க கேட் அங்கே நின்று வெயிட் பண்ணிட்டு இருக்கா. She is looking at the visitor. She moved. Where the road turned, he looked back and waved to her. So road வந்து turn ஆகும்போது அவர் பார்த்துட்டு he is looking at the girl back again and he is waving his hands. Then he quickened his steps and moved briskly towards the bus stop. So now the man got so energetic, so lively. He is moving to the bus stop. ரொம்ப ஒரு brisk walk ஓட பழைய விஷயங்கள் எல்லாத்தையும் ஞாபகப்படுத்தின உடனே he got so energetic, so lively, so brisk வந்து என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காரு, நடந்து போயிட்டு இருக்காரு towards the bus stop. There was sprightliness in his step. Sprightliness means lively and full of energy. So sprightliness means he was full of sprightliness, full of energy he was. So he is moving briskly, shaking his hands. Avla move பண்ணிட்டு என்ன பண்றாரு, bus stop க்கு போறாரு. And something cried aloud in his heart. Again he is not crying. Crying means he shouted. He is so happy now. He is so excited now. So something cried aloud in his heart. Now the author felt at last. So அந்த bus stop க்கு அவர் மூவ் பண்றதுக்கு அந்த கேப் இருக்கு இல்லையா, சோ அந்த கேப்ல அவர் என்னென்னலாம் நினைச்சிட்டு போறாரு அப்படின்னா, the mango scented summer breeze made the blood course in his veins. So blood course in his veins means blood is moving fastly. So அவருக்கு வந்து அந்த summer time, so they have mentioned it is a summer. So summer breeze, அந்த சம்மர்ல அந்த காத்து அடிக்கும் போது the mango smell வருது and his blood வந்து உள்ள வந்து ஃபாஸ்டா மூவ் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு. And he forgot for a moment that he couldn't climb trees anymore. So at that moment, at that tip of moment, he forget that he is a very old person, nothing is there. So he couldn't climb trees. அதாவது அவரால வந்து trees climb பண்ண முடியாதுன்றதை அவர் மறந்துட்டாரு. So always no, age is just a number. Age என்றது number மட்டும்தான். We can do anything, but what has to come with us, we have to be very spirit energetic இருக்கணும் எப்பவுமே. So that is the thing we have learned from this lesson. So the author highlights so அந்த விசிட்டரோட childhood days வந்து highlight பண்ணி அதுக்கான importance எல்லாம் நமக்கு சொல்றாங்க. And he said that he used to keep some of his treasures. So அவரோட marbles, coins, grandfatherோட hand cross எல்லாத்தையுமே அவர் என்ன பண்ணிருக்காரு, jack fruit கீழ வச்சிருக்காரு. And the theme of this lesson is he is seeking the old memories of forgotten days and going back to the time when we were still younger. It therefore gives us a feeling which has been settled with the passage of time. So always when we go to the place where we lived, we used to recollect everything, no? Old memories எல்லாமே நம்மளோட மைண்டுக்குள்ள வந்துட்டே இருக்கும். நம்ம ஒரு புது வீடு கட்டிட்டு போனாலும் நம்மளோட பழைய வீட்டுக்கு போனா நம்ம என்ன சொல்வாங்க, what our mother will say, see நீ இங்க தான் வந்து குழந்தையா இருந்த, நீ இங்க தான் crawl பண்ணிட்டு இருந்த, நம்ம இங்க தான் வந்து டிவி வச்சிருந்தோம். This is the place where we used to sit and have the dinner. நம்ம இங்க தான் நைட் எல்லாரும் வந்து சாப்பிடுவோம். So ஒரு பிளேஸும் நமக்கு ஒரு மெமரிஸ் இல்லையா. So the same thing the visitor also. So visitor just a author. So அவர் வந்து என்ன பண்றாரு, அவரோட பழைய மெமரிஸ் recollect பண்றதுக்காக he went to that house and what he lost actually he didn't lost all these treasures, just he lost his youth age, and now he got that energy because by recollecting all his old memories, and he got full of energetic and he is moving. Okay, so this is all of a lesson, and now we'll see about the author. The author name is Ruskin Bond. So he born on 19th May 1934. So he born on 19th May 1934. He is an award-winning Indian author of British descent. So he is an award-winning Indian author. Award winner. And then he is much renowned for his role in promoting children's literature in India. So he promoted children's literature. The Indian Council for Child Education has recognized his role in the growth of children's literature in India. He got a Sahitya Akademi Award in 1992. So he won in 1992. He won Sahitya Akademi Award. So for which our trees still grow in Jera. So our trees still grow in Jera. For this writing, he won the Sahitya Akademi Award in 1992, and he was awarded Padma Shri Award in 1999. He got Padma Shri Award. In 1999, and also Padma Bhushan Award in 2014. As a prolific writer, he has written over 500 short stories, essays, and novels. So 500 short stories, essays, and novels. His popular novel, The Blue Umbrella, was made into a Hindi film and was awarded the National Film Award for the Best Children's Film in 2017. So The Blue Umbrella. So this story has taken as a Hindi movie, and this movie has won a National Film Award. Okay, so this is all about the author, and he won this award in 2007. Yeah, so this is about the author. The author name is Ruskin Bond, and he born on 19 May 1934. He is an award winner. He promoted children's literature in India, and in 1992 he won Sahitya Akademi Award for Our Trees Still Grow in Jera, and he won Padma Shri Award in 1999. Padma Bhushan Award in 2014, and he has written nearly 500 short stories, essays, and novels, and is one of his best written Blue Umbrella won National Film Award and in 2007. Is it clear? So this is all about the lesson, children. I can't climb trees anymore. So the visitor just came to visit his old house, but not. He was searching for the things he had kept. The treasures at last he knows that what purpose he came for, just just to get his அவர் லாஸ் பண்ண அந்த யூத் ஏஜ் வந்து திரும்ப பெறதுக்காக தான், திரும்ப கிடைக்கிறதுக்காக தான் அவர் அந்த வீட்டை வந்து விசிட் பண்ண வந்திருக்காரு. So okay children, I hope you have understood this lesson. Up to this we have finished this lesson, and in the next class I'll meet you with the next lesson. Okay, thank you.